For people who are not familiar with my work, let's recapitulate. You shoot a shuttle in orbit of the bigger Earth. You make a 3D scan of the bigger Earth and you present it to the people as being the moon map. If this is true, the moon map and the shuttle images will be the same. Let's examine if we find some more proof of that.
Doing up there, and we all look forward to your return and their return later on here to Earth. Bill, we certainly enjoyed the opportunity to talk to Mike, and boy, he sure seems in good spirits. Thanks for setting that up.
It was a pleasure, and we sure appreciate you folks letting us listen along with you. Ich still want to send else go for you, yes, your first you and there's else as we are.
Men bäst uppskattar sig, det är en instruktion, men det är
Here we have our first image. Let's compare that with the moon map of our crater. So these are the second images I found of our crater Sulpicius Gallus M. Let's look at another one. First, take a look at two big craters and then move along to our crater, the crater under the white line. Let's make a simulation with a moving moon map. You see the two big craters on the right. I think this is the landscape we are looking at. Take a look at this one, a gigantic whirlwind moving in a crater. And a spiral of clouds in the center, which proves there is a climate on the bigger Earth. Another one. So let's compare that with the first one. And on the right you see Epcot, and on the left our crater. This one is a tricky one. I'm not quite sure of it, but I suspect this is another one. This one I'm showing because of all the craters. Do you know a place on Earth with that amount of craters on the surface? I don't.
For example, Mars has the highest volcano in the world, in the known solar system.
When I'm looking at the pictures of the shuttle, the two most important subjects they are showing are crater Earth and crater Mars. Here we are looking at images of what I think is the crater, half of it. On the moon map it would be something like this. And you stop at the half of the crater, it would be something like this if you show the complete image. Let's do another simulation with the moon map. And stop on the half of the crater. Let's make a detailed comparison and start with this pale spot there on the left and compare it with a rock. This is in my view the silhouette of this mountain. Move along and make a freeze frame and zoom in on the right. The line of dots I call the feather. The feather will reappear in other images. Move along and let's take a look at the silhouette of the crater. Compare that with the moon crater Mars, Hadley C on the map. Look at the black African-like silhouette. Let's take a look at the snake, which I think is a big river. When you take a look at the soil, you see it's kind of reddish, like in Africa. So that's why they call it the red planet. Now some more images of Mars. The first thing you see is an enormous ocean, and there you see the snake-like figure. The shuttle camera is zooming in, and then you know they are showing you something. This is it, I think. You might be missing some part of the river, but when you zoom in, here it is. Some detailed comparison. You have the feather again, and the crater itself looks a bit weird. It only makes sense when you add this line here. Moving down, you see the mountains reflected in the dome as the asteroid belt. Well, here is your exploded planet. This one I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's also Mars, that tiny little crater. In the next one we see Earth and Mars in one video. First flip the images vertically and compare with the moon map. Let's add some water. Let's start flying and look at the bottom picture, the blue. You will see some flickering in the water. So there is water near our crater. On On the bottom video you will see that the camera is turning. That means they are showing you something. This is another image of our crater. Let me show you what you have to look at. Add some light spots on the top image. And this is our crater. The blue one almost looks like a turtle. Here it is. Take a look at the silhouette of the water. And let's move along to Mars. Lying in the mountains. There you have the mountains. Bathing in sunlight. And Mars must be approximately there. If these images are real time, that means that you can fly from Earth to Mars in about 2 minutes. Well, when you are looking for the silhouette of our crater, you are looking for a keyhole. What is the most famous keyhole on the planet? That is the Vatican, of course. Take a look at the map of the Vatican in Rome. So my assumption would be that the Basilico San Pietro is Epcot. The Piazza San Pietro is the hillside. And Castel Sant'Angelo is our crater. The pentagram. And of course the Tiber. If this is true, they must know for a long time how our crater looked like. Castel Sant'Angelo was built in 135 AD and the Basilica Papale in 1506. So in 1506 they knew the existence of Epcot. One of my viewers thinks that Epcot stands for Apecot. In Flemish and Dutch, an apecot, apecot, is the cage of the monkey. Us being the apes, of course. He thinks that some material of our bodies is detained in an apecot, cathedral-like system. A bit like this. And it's being parasited on. Some people are reacting in the comments and they say, you are using images of NASA. NASA are liars. Absolutely, NASA are liars. But we have to use the weapons of the enemy against them. I will use the images of NASA, of the shuttle, to prove they are conning the whole world. And once this is getting mainstream, you can say goodbye to NASA and all the parasites. So now I will show a few images who are CGI'd. And one of their main targets they love is the Red Sea. Probably because it's close to Egypt, home of the Atlanteans, the parasites. So you just add a fake curvature. Here another example. look closely to the Red Sea. There's absolutely no perspective in the Red Sea, and what they are doing here, they are just moving a black curved belt. Give me 5 minutes. Once in a while they put in some high altitude images. This one I think they put in there on purpose, because it's too obvious. They are playing a very clever game. They want especially the flat earthers to think it's all CGI, because the flying ball circus people are not going to check out these images. Again, it's the story of the red pill or the blue pill. Well, I don't want any pill. I want the guy who is giving me the pill.
Then you get up above the Earth. You look down on the beautiful Earth, and you see evidence of mankind down on the Earth, both good and bad. And you look out in the heavens. You see the comet. You see the moon. You see the stars rising and setting over the Earth limb. You realize that you really are very small and very, very lucky.
And a very big liar too. I wonder what all those people are going to tell to their grandchildren. Grandpa was a big liar.
I told everybody that I was flying over a little blue ball in space. Sorry, people.
Yeah, sure. Remorse comes after the sin. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and I will keep looking for evidence, which I'm sure I will find. There's lots of other shuttle stuff on the internet, so keep watching, keep reacting. Thanks to everybody. Bye.